Hey everybody, and in this video, we're talking about the 5 things you can do right now to start building a successful landscape photography business. Some of the things that I messed up on and got some bumps and bruises along the way, but how I corrected them and started building a path to success, all that coming up. Hey, what's up guys? David Johnson here. And on this video, we talk landscape photography. And I help you improve your landscape photography through online video. And that includes building a business. So if you're into landscape photography at all, you want to learn more, hit the subscribe button and ring the bell to be notified for future videos on how you can get better at landscape photography. Now in this video, like I said, we're talking 5 things you can start today right now that are really going to help you build a better and successful landscape photography business. And look, this may not be for you. If you want to be a photographer, or be a professional landscape photographer and not just a hobbyist, even if you want to maybe sell a few prints on the side here and there, just for some side income, for some fun, this video is going to help you really do a good job of that. So the first thing I want to jump right into this is build a great website, not a good website. And this is one of the things that I really failed at when I first started, is just having that online presence of a website and having a good domain name to do so. So I think a lot of people, when they get a website, they don't want to pay for that domain name. Domains are pretty cheap. $7 a year is really what I pay for mine at davidjohnsonart.com. It's having that space, that rental real estate space online for people to visit and see your work. If you have a space that's like davidjohnson.squarespace.com, that's not searchable in the first place, and that's not very professional in the second place. So really get that domain name set up and have your own space online. Also, make your website dynamic with contrast. Having a lot of contrasting color, contrasting fonts to one another, offsetting from that color, and also making your website dynamic where it can easily switch in between desktop view and mobile view. We're seeing big transitions in how people are viewing websites now, going basically 50-50 with desktop and mobile. So having a website and a theme is a really good way to switch back and forth between desktop and mobile. A lot of people question what types of pages they need to have on their landscape photography website. I highly recommend having an about page, a contact page, a blog, and a portfolio. Starting out with those 4 things are really going to help your visitors navigate through your site. Number 1, find out more about you and connect with you on your about page. Make your description really long and a way that people get to know you as a person and not just a photographer. You know, I see a lot of photographers making like just 1 paragraph under their headshot, and that's not a way to connect with people. Include a lot of personal likes, a lot of personal journeys throughout your life that help people connect with you as a person and not just as a page online. Also, make your contact page really accessible and easy to navigate and figure out the contact form on that contact page, because that helps build trust and build accessibility. You don't want any friction between you and the person visiting your site, because friction correlates with distrust and that disconnection with people. So make it really accessible, really functional, and really easy to navigate to get in touch with you so that you can respond personally back to their email. The blog is set up to help you to build content on your website. Every page or every blog post on your website is in essence an employee that you're sending out to search engines to help you build traffic back to your website. So really take blogs seriously, having a lot of links within them, having a lot of links to your own website. That's called in-website linking, having a lot of links back to your own content so people stay on your website longer rather than jumping to other places on the internet. And then also your portfolio is a place where you're featuring your best work. Don't post like 40 to 50 images of your photographs. Really whittle it down to like 15 to 20 of your best shots, maybe even 10 of your best shots where people can see that. And then have a separate page page that you can email interested clients of further work that they can look at that's not on your home portfolio page. Also, make frequent updates to your website. This is another good reason why you should have a blog, because every single time you post a new page, update your website, make that new content on your site, it's telling the search engines, Google in particular, hey, this website's being updated frequently. It might be a good place for visitors to want to check out this type of content, and having those titles that are highly searchable really help you show up in those search engine platforms. Which leads me to SEO, or search engine optimization. Using something like SEO is going to help you build that trust with search engines, optimizing your pages for them to promote or suggest your content. So if you are making a post, something like long tail titles that are going to help you really build those search engine queries, something like the best wide angle lens for landscape photography on a budget. The best wide angle lens is not going to bring you a lot of traffic. The best wide angle lens for landscape photography might trickle in a few more searches. The best wide angle lens for landscape photography on a budget is really going to whittle down how many exact people are going to be looking for that type of content, and then also deliver once they get there. Really have a post that dives deep into the pros and the cons of whatever you're talking about and gives a lot of value to that viewer, that keep them on your website and helps you build trust with that community that's starting to visit your content. Now, automatically you may be thinking, well, Dave, this is like a ton of information to get. I'm not a web developer or coder or anything like that. I found some of the best websites to use this, and I'm not sponsored by these in any way, shape, or form. Squarespace, SmugMug, Photo Shelter, and believe it or not, Shopify are all great website platforms that allow you to integrate your own domain, build all of these pages easily, and create themes that allow you to drag and drop your content and your pages to easily build a website. You don't have to know code. You just have to take a little bit of time to figure out each one of these platforms and how to use them to build website pages. It's going to take you a little bit of time, but I would highly suggest to stick with it. You can use my website as kind of like a template for some of the things to help you build your home screen, build your blog, different things like that, and just get ideas for what you can do with your own photography website. Now, the second thing that you should be doing to build a successful landscape photography business, whether that is your full-time goal or just a side income you want to earn, number 2 is your email list. You must be building an email list. I know this can kind of be seen as an archaic platform that people are visiting, but ultimately your email list is permission for you to rent real estate space in your subscribers' email inbox. If you think about your email inbox, there's so much content and spam that's being delivered to that it gets so annoying sometimes to check your emails. But when they sign up for your email list, they're basically saying to you, hey, I kind of like what you're doing here. I want to see more content from you, even if it is in that most cluttered email inbox. I want to be on alert for when you give more content. That's highly valuable space. So when you do take that real estate space, really provide a lot of great content for them so that they can visit your site, they can visit your new content, and you can build a rapport and a relationship with them. And that's the biggest thing for email lists. These are not customers, and you can't think about email lists in that way. Customers are someone you have no real connection with. Fans are something that you do have a connection with. Friends are something that you do have a connection with. So within your email list, build this relationship. Don't think of these people as customers, but instead, these are people who want to hear from you and develop a relationship with. So really think of these people as friends of yours, friends of your photography, and treat them as such. You know, if you go to a store that sells computer goods and they want you to give them your email when you check out, is always that annoying little friction between you and the sales clerk that allow you to say, yes, I want to do that, and you begrudgingly hand over your email. You don't want that same feeling with your email list. You're providing content, you're providing value, and you're providing enjoyment for their day to help them escape for just a moment, to give them as much value and be vulnerable with them to help them improve their photographs too, or just help them enjoy your photographs as a photographer. So be honest with them, be vulnerable with them, and build a relationship with them. Now, to get more people onto your email list, you have to have multiple avenues of ways that they can do that. A link on your website is a great way to do that. Social media links that allow them to visit your site easily and sign up for your email list is a great way to do that. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter allow you to all include links, so include that email list sign up on there. But when they do sign up, don't just say, thank you. Up front, tell them, if you are going to sign up for my email list, I'm going to send you X product for free as a thank you for your signing up and allowing me to rent real estate in your email inbox. So that could be a PDF, that could be a video course. If you are thinking, whoa, that's way too elaborate for me, if it is, just make it a PDF of your favorite photos. I know I signed up for Patricia Davidson's email list, who's one of my favorite landscape photographers, and I did so just because I wanted an ebook of just her favorite images from the Oregon coast. I enjoy her photography. I wanted to see what photos were her favorite and why, and some of the places that she was visiting. So this doesn't have to be a 200-page ebook on the intricacies of complementary colors and composition. This can easily be something that's just, hey, these are my 25 to 30 favorite images, and just do a short little write-up about each one, about why it's your favorite and the settings you use to photograph it, and people are gonna get a lot of enjoyment out of that. The number 3 thing is branding, and I know that can't seem like a very popular term, but we are all essentially branding ourselves as a type of person, as a personality. So really think about branding in that sense. What kinds of branding are you using for your landscape photography business? So on your website, let's say you have one page that uses one set of colors, another page that uses another set of colors and another type of font. This can be really dysfunctional for a website or an online presence. It can tell the viewer, hey, I may have switched websites all of a sudden here, and I don't want to do that. I want to stay on the same site. So to be consistent with branding is using the same colors, not only on your website, but on your Facebook header, your YouTube header, your Twitter header, the same fonts on all of those, the same logos on all of those, the same profile picture on all of those, so that when somebody visits that page, whether it is on your website or externally on social media platforms or on a guest post, all of your vocabulary, all of your style of writing, all of your logos, all of your headers, they're all going to be the same thing and allow you to have a consistency with visitors that builds trust and builds professional quality on your website and on your social headers as well. The 4th thing here is consistency. And one of my favorite quotes is "The diligent prosper." And that really helps me stay consistent about my photography business, stay consistent about delivering the same type of content that's going to add value to people, really improve the quality of that content, whether that be written form, video, voice. All of those things are going to help me be diligent and be consistent about my delivery. So as an example of that, you want to post the same content at the same time of day, all that to build consistency and trust with your audience. So here's what I mean by that. On Monday at 7 a.m., I deliver a podcast every single Monday with also a written blog post to go along with that on the guest that's coming on the podcast with me. Every Sunday and Wednesday, I will release a YouTube video at exactly 12:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. On blog posts, I'll deliver a blog post usually that goes along with the videos that I release on Sunday and Wednesday that builds credibility of that video with the search engines and also gives me another avenue of traffic for those coming in. With social media, I try to do a post at the same times depending on the type of content that is. So if I'm posting a sunrise photo, I'll post at 7 a.m. If I'm posting a sunset photo, I'll post at 5 p.m. Milky Way after the sun goes down in my local time. If I'm posting like a waterfall, I'll wait for a rainy, cloudy day to do that. Consistency and rapport is how you're going to up your game and build credibility with the people who are following you. If you're posting something like a warm, sunny, midday shot when it's rainy and stormy out, people are probably going to be a little bit confused by that. You want to match the mood that they're feeling on that particular day, whether it is photographing something for Instagram and just sharing a photo from the past. Keep that consistency and rapport with people, and then share a little comment underneath the photo that you're sharing as well. Consistency not only allows you to be diligent about the process of building your landscape photography business, but it also helps you be consistent with search engines, with social media, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, all of these things that are popular right now, and beyond these new platforms that are going to be coming out. You want to be consistent about your posts, about sharing, about the content that you're putting out, your vocabulary, your language, your logos, your titles, your colors, your headers. All this goes into being diligent and consistent with your branding and your business. Now you've set all this up and you've practiced being diligent, consistent, your branding's on point, your content's there, you're starting to get a few followers on your email list and on social media. It may even be your mom that's following you. Who cares? She's interested in your content. That's awesome. It's another person that you're delivering content to, and the search engines and the SEO see that. So keep building on that. That's the next step. Number 5 is connections. It's always said in business and other types of business, like who you know is what matters. So constantly reach out to people, constantly connect with people. And you may be saying, well, how do you do that? You're not going to trade shows. You're not going to, X place to really talk with a group of photographers. Be involved in Facebook groups. Be involved in different groups that are going to help you build rapport with other photographers and also help you build your business where they may be interested in that as well. Maybe it's a local locations Facebook group page, something like that. One of the things that I did to really boost my business when I was first starting out is I was working a day job. I would wake up early every single morning before my work started, and I would do something that I called the 10 before 10. What I would do is I would email 10 people before 10 a.m. about partnering me with my landscape photography, guest posting, different landscape photography challenges that I could post on their websites. And that helped me build rapport and make connections with those people, the leading people in the industry, whether that is something on like Digital Photography School, Pixel, all these other websites that are kind of like blog based. It helped me write for them and build connections there, but also get backlinks to my website that help my website build in credibility to the search engines as well. So I'm not only building for more followers, I'm also building my rapport with analytics and with search engines and with algorithms. So all these things come into play here. Now 10 before 10, that was my minimum here. I was making 10 connections minimum per day. Some days I would be sending 50, 75, 100 emails before 10 a.m. and just grinding before my day job started to really get that rapport with people going. So really take advantage of this idea, this 10 before 10, and build connections with people. But when you email people, you don't just want to say, hey, I want to partner with you. Here's my content. You should put it on your site. What you want to do is build rapport with people that says, hey, I think my content would be a great fit for your website because this is what it could do for you. And then include these links back to my website to kind of help me out too. I think it would be a great partnership to do and really form up your email that way in a good voice, a personal voice to you. Doing all these things for building your landscape photography business is going to really help pay dividends when you do start building, when you do want to grow, whether you do want to do it professionally or whether you do want to do it just on the side as a hobby, whether you do want to make money with it or you do it just to share your photos. All these things are going to help you build to the point that you want to get to, and you're the only person who gets to decide what that level is. So integrate these things because it's a good way for all of you to start building your landscape photography business.